Hey everybody, Dr. Diane Mueller, Lyme disease and mold illness survivor. And in this video, we're talking about emotions and mold. And this is an important topic and it's connected to something called gaslighting. Maybe you've heard of gaslighting. Gaslighting has become a lot more popular of a topic. It's basically where we have an emotional response and people, outsiders, flip things around, say things in a way where it starts making us sometimes question our own sanity and that our emotional response is valid. This is really an important subject when it comes to mold and emotions because, first of all, most of us that have gone through mold disease have seen many doctors before anybody could identify that there was mold toxin buildup causing our symptoms. So there's already a lot of gaslighting that happens from the medical community saying, I don't believe you, this isn't real, and basically questioning sanity, right? So there's a lot of gaslighting that happens in the medical community that way. So many times that happens medically, and then you could find somebody that finally does believe you and finally sees mycotoxin illness and sees this as a real thing. And one of the next things that can happen from there is then our friends and our family and our loved one can gaslight us, and sometimes with the best intentions. So sometimes people can hear us talk and see what we're saying, and they legitimately want to help us. They legitimately want us to just see that we're not right? That's not mold. For example, mold's in the house and one person's sick and another person's not. And so you might, if you're the sick person, you might be basically trying to convince your partner or your friend or roommate or whatever that there's a problem with the house, right? That there's really something there. And you might be showing them evidence and they might twist things around, especially with brain fog, where they use some sort of logic to make you start questioning like, okay, maybe it's not mold. Maybe my doctor doesn't have it right. Maybe this isn't right. What is going on? So it's really important, especially once you figure out that you have mycotoxin illness, that you have this disease, it's really important that you stay congruent in your boundaries and what you know to be true. Now, it's good to get feedback. It's good to hear possibilities, but do not let yourself be gaslit. If you are hearing somebody that is just not supportive and they're trying to talk you out of the reality, you've had tests, you're working with people, you know there's mold, you know it's an issue, and if you're trying to have people talk you out of the reality of that, I would suggest not talking to these people about mold. Sometimes people want to support us and they love us and they just do not know how. And so with mold illness, it's really important because the brain's inflamed. There's so many emotions. The neurotransmitters that regulate happiness and prevent anxiety, oftentimes those neurotransmitters are super out of balance. So with all of that happening, it's really easy to be anxious, to depressed, to be all sorts of ragey, all sorts of other types of things is so common. So make sure you protect yourself, meaning find out who you can vent to, who you can talk real to, who you can ask for advice in a way that they believe you and won't gaslight you, and make your list of advocates. And there might be other people that can provide support in other ways. Maybe there's people that can make you dinner. Maybe there's people that the only thing they can offer you is a really good hug. But in working with this and working with the emotions, it's really important to not seek emotional help out from somebody that cannot show up for you that way. It's a really good recipe for disaster. So if you need somebody to vent to, who is that person? And I would encourage you to make a list. If you need somebody to cry to, who will listen to that? If you need somebody that is not going to show up you in any of those ways, but is absolutely going to drive you to your appointments because you have a hard time driving, who is that person? And really dial in and don't cross these roles, right? Let people that are trying to be helpful for you, let them be successful. If somebody is really going to show up for you in the physical and all they're going to do is be able to drive you to appointments, but when you've tried to talk emotionally with them, you've been gaslit or shut down, learn from that and learn, you can try talking to them about it if you think it would go well. And sometimes it does. And sometimes communicating is the right way. Other times people are stuck in their ways and they can offer what they can offer. So it's an important thing to delineate And the more people feel, because most of us humans love helping each other, right? There's an innate need to feel high of purpose and high value and all these different things. So the more we can help people that want to help us feel our love and feel our gratitude and feel like, wow, they did something great and you're so appreciative by honoring what they are doing, the more they can do that, then basically the better they are going to be able to show up for you that job over and over again, because they're going to feel valued. They're going to feel like they're providing something, and they're not going to do it wrong. They're not going to let you down, which most humans really don't like, letting each other down. So that's a way you strategize and you get your team to help you through this, and you're really, really clear of like, this person's really good at emotions, that person's not. And so when I need emotional support, this is who I'm going to go to, right? The more you can delineate the roles that people in your life play for you to get you through this, the more you can actually deal with your emotions and have the person in place to work through any of the different challenges. So that's it for now. If you like this channel, please do subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.